Good morning, day 26. Didn't have any more rain last night. That little shower as I was coming over Max Patch was it. Some people did go back up to the top for sunset, but I didn't bother, I was done. But I did catch sunrise this morning. It's 7:45. Got a 16-mile day, which will get me within a few miles of hot springs, so I can go in the morning, get all my chores done. 2 climbs today, going up Walnut Mountain and Bluff Mountain, and then I'm aiming for, I think it's Deer Park Shelter. I'll check. Right, let's go. The terrain's definitely changed since leaving the Smokies. Seen a lot more grass than we ever have before. And the trail's a little bit more rolling, although there's still the steep ups and downs when you get to the actual peaks. But so far, it's definitely been nicer. Just a little reminder to everyone, I am trying to raise money for a diabetes charity in the UK as part of my hike. So if you are enjoying these videos, then a small donation would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So I guess it's time for another edition of Flags Compares. Although this first one, I'm not going to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down because I don't really know enough about the subject to make a determination. It's just my impression. It seems like here in the US, there's not much flexibility in your law and rule making. I think that the privies are a prime example. State law says that all new bathrooms have to have disabled facilities, and so you guys fit handrails and stuff inside the privies up mountains. In the UK, I feel that if we built a privy up a mountain and we left out those facilities, and the guy came to sign it off, we said, look, we haven't put the disabled facilities in because this is halfway up a mountain, the guy would look at the rules, determine if that was fair and reasonable, and still sign it off. And, it seems like the US doesn't quite have that sort of pragmatic flexibility. I may be wrong. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. So the next one might be a little bit controversial, and it's beer. Now I have to say, in the last few decades, the US have come along leaps and bounds. There's new distilleries opening, there's loads of little microbreweries popping up in some of the small towns that are producing really good beers. I had a few when I was in Franklin at the Lazy Hiker. But when you're up against Europe, I don't think anywhere in the world quite compares. There are some incredible beers coming out of the monasteries in Belgium. There's amazing lagers coming out of Denmark, Germany. In southern Germany, you've got the Weiss beer. Go a little bit further east and you've got all the Czech beers, and then even places like Italy and Spain are getting on the map now with some really nice lagers. And you go further east into Eastern Europe, and pretty much every country there produces some good beers. And then of course you've got the British Isles, you've got Guinness in Ireland, which goes without saying, and then in the UK We've got the bitters and ales, and even the ciders. So even though it's an improving situation in the US, I think anywhere in the world comes up second when put up against Europe when it comes to beer. So sorry US, but it's a thumbs down. I feel like after that I need to do a positive. So without a doubt the US gets a thumbs up for its customer service, particularly in restaurants. The service given by the waiters and waitresses is usually very, very good, and you never go more than 20 minutes or so without them checking up on you and making sure you've got whatever you need. I guess it's partly to do with the tipping culture over here, but it's still good. So definitely a thumbs up for the customer service. These are interesting. You've got these lilac-y flowers, but then every now and then you get a really pink one and then a really red one. But looking at the leaves, it seems to be the same flower. Second snake just disappearing up there. Those last few miles coming off of Max Patch have been absolutely beautiful. Lovely trail, lovely temperature. We now got our first climb of the day going up Walnut Mountain. It's about 1.4 mile climb that way, and there's a shelter at the top, so I'll take a break once I get up there. Made it to the top of Walnut Mountain. And then we just go straight back down. Oh, I can see the shelter from here. Okay. This is Walnut Mountain Shelter, and it's right on trail, which is just how I like it. I'll check out my water situation and maybe top up here, have a snack. There's a tarp across the front. I was expecting all the shelters and the smokers to have tarps across the front, but I think they only do that in the winter. It's a little bit of a old rickety one. I don't think I'd fancy staying in here. Nice table though. That's Bluff Mountain in front of us. Only problem is we've got to go down here 800 feet before we then go back up that over 1,000 feet. And then there's a big descent on the other side to the shelter that I'm staying at. Right, Bluff Mountain done. Started off really nice. We were around the other side of the mountain and mostly in shade, but then about a quarter of the way up we came round to the sunny side, and it makes quite a bit of difference when you're in the direct sun. Makes it a lot tougher. But anyway, heading down now. There may be a change of plan. I was just talking to some other hikers, and one of them said, why don't we get close enough to hot springs, camp just on the edge, and then we can go in for a burger tonight. And I thought, well, that plan's better than my plan, so I'm going to see how I feel, because it would make today my longest day yet. But the thought of a burger tonight is quite an incentive, so watch this space. Ooh. Looks like somewhere bears might hang out to me. This descent off of Bluff Mountain is so nice. I think it's probably the easiest descent that we've had on the whole trail so far. There's very few roots and rocks. It's a nice easy switchbacks. Usually you go in steeply downhill with step after log step after stone step, and it just takes forever, but I'm cruising along here. Nice. So guess who got some trail magic and a beer? So thank you to the Dean's family. Okay, thank you very much. And there's the spread, look at that.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, it's pretty big. But that sucker, you like start going up in the tree and he just disappeared. He was just somewhere.
Just leaving the trail magic. Oh, that was so awesome. I had 2 cheeseburgers and 2 beers. So we are reverting to plan A. I'm not going to try and push hot springs tonight. There's no point. I'm absolutely full. So I'm just going to do the 3.4 miles to the nearest shelter, bed down for the night, and then go into hot springs in the morning. But that was so good. I've got M&Ms and Snickers in my bag. I've got a soda for later. Had a packet of crisps while I was there as well. Really good. Hot Springs 3.2, Deer Park shelter, but apparently there's better tenting if you go just a little bit further. This looks like it might be it. So end of day 26, I decided on this spot in the end under the mountain laurel again, my favourite spot. It's been a good day today. It's been a long one, but trail's been excellent. So no need to cook dinner. I've had more than my fill, and then an easy day tomorrow. So I'll show you around Hot Springs. Good night.